Hey guys, sorry for the extended delay. My app on my YouTube was bugging out on me. So, anyway, I came across this quote today, and I wanted to share it with you guys because this is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but one of my big pet peeves, is when people look down on other people when they're not in a good headspace. And I and it's been on my mind because I've shared with you guys there are a number of people that I've known in my life for a number of years, over 5 years, and of course, when I'm friends with someone, I kind of think of it as I hope that they're there for me, through thick and thin and vice versa. But with some of these people, I've noticed a really bothersome thing that it kind of messes with my head, and this is what it is. When they're in a really bad place, um, of course, you're there for them, and I help them, and I spend all this time talking to them and trying to nurture them and get them stronger. And then when they're stronger, they disappear. And, it's expected. Sometimes, life goes on. I know people are busy. Sometimes I'm really busy with things. Sometimes I lost track of time. But when I am not in a good headspace and I reach out to them, sometimes it's not said in a really good way. And sometimes it's the way that I perceive their actions and their words too is when they're in a bad place, they want people to help them, which is understandable, right? But when they're in a better place or when life looks up to be the opposite of their downtime, they use that opportunity to kick other people. And they use it as that they're superior to other people. And it's gotten to a point in my life, it's like I see certain people in my life and I just get horrified because I think to myself, I don't recognize these people at all. And I don't know if it's because something happens in the 30s, but it really messes with my head because I would think that if if someone's going through a bad time, you help them out, they should kind of keep that in mind, like, hey, other people helped me out or other people gave me support. It really shouldn't be looking down on other people. But I've I know this might be a really badly communicated stream, but when I saw this quote, it says, "You are small, petty, and insecure when you have to kick someone down and hurt another person in order to feel superior or more powerful. It speaks volume of your characters, and it shows your true colors." This really got into under my skin because I have seen people who I don't consider to be naturally strong people. But when they falter and when they feel like they're in a better place than other people, they kind of feed their ego by thinking, by looking at other people, making comments about them, kind of just placing themselves as superior. And it's one of those things, like, I can't understand where this kind of mindset comes from. Maybe it's because they see other people, or they kind of think like if they're not weak, then they want to just kind of step on other people so they feel more powerful. But I've been speaking to Lewis about this, but I told him, I said, I feel kind of depressed about it because it's like I don't know what happened. I don't know what prompted that change. I can't even figure out why it's like people that I thought I knew really well just flipped, and then they become the person that I thought they would never ever become. And it's between a rock and a hard place for me because I think it's like they're doing this kind of as a protectionist measure. If they don't feel like they have too much going on for their life, right? Or whatever it could be. They it's very alluring to step down on another person and just look down at them, because it kind of gives them maybe a psychological boost. So for example, I told you about this one person that I knew for a number of years. I wouldn't be surprised if it's over 10 years. Actually, yeah, it is over 10 years by now. And they kind of creep into my life only when they need something, or only when they try to tell me yet again how wonderful their relationship is, and how wonderful married life is. And I just, it's like, it stings a lot, because when they talk to me, it's like I know that they just want something from me. And I know that they don't really care about me. And I don't know what happened. It's like, and I know some people would say, Erica, you put a lot of weight into your friendships, but it's true. There are people that I have gone through some really bad times in my life with, and vice versa. People that I went to college with, people that I went to high school with, and I just kind of wonder, yeah, well, what changed? What the thing that I feel made them so special at one point of my life, like I thought their personality was so amazing. It's like I question, like, is it a lie? Did I misjudge them, or is there is this how they naturally are, and I just had the wool pulled over my eye? But it's like, again, it's really hurtful when you realize this kind of stuff. And I it's like, if I say something about it, right, it's there's a possibility that I know this is gonna sound terrible, but it's a possibility that, like, depending on how I say certain things, they could either dismiss me as being like too overtly emotional or sensitive, or I'm jealous of them, or things like that, when I'm not. But yeah, so basically, like, the people that I know in my life, these are people that I kept around in my life due to their personality. And when I see their personality changing, it disturbs me so much, because then I wonder, oh crap. Yeah, like, I feel like what a person that I consider to be kind of like a friend of mine, or like an ally, or like a blood, like a blood relative or something like that. There are people that I considered in my life to be my siblings. Like, and then these people just changed dramatically, and they became people that I didn't recognize anymore. And you would think that with their hardships, or what they went on through life, they would be more kinder to people. But I see people just kind of increasingly become the same kind of person. And for example, right, I don't tolerate it very well um, when people make comments about certain things that people don't have control in. For instance, right? Like, if someone is letting themselves go because of depression, and they're in depression, I think it's a really low blow to just say, oh, that person is a mess, or, oh, yeah, I'll stay away from that kind of person. Like, that's not a person that you want to be with, because they're going to drag you down and, like, cut your losses, kind of thing. I think it's just very cold. But I see it. It's like, some people, I just don't, like I said, I just don't recognize them anymore. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that if you have people like this in your life, these are also the kind of people that I feel, if you falter, like, even if you encourage them when they're down, or when when they're in a really bad place, if you falter, these people will then turn against you and see you as prey. And I've noticed this, and it's really heartbreaking. So these people will say, they will size you up after a while, and then they will think to themselves, I don't know how it's said specifically, I can't remember the exact words, but it's like that feeling that it's like this feeling, like, you try to encourage them to be a better person, and then when they did become in a stronger place, they use that encouragement that you gave them to feed their ego, and then they start seeing you as a weak link, and then they just, yeah, it's like they think they're too good, or they're so much superior, when you know, in your hearts of hearts, that it's not, like, it's, they don't truly feel that way. And I don't know, it's like a rock and a hard place for me, because I have known people, it's like you try to bring them back onto earth and you call them out, they will see you as the enemy. They will not want to talk to you. They'll label you as trying to, bring them down, kind of thing. But if you step aside and you let them be destructive, and you let them be, what you envision, and what you see happening to them, it just isn't good as well. That's what my thinking is. And yeah, so that's why for me it's like I've always had this thought in my head that no matter what happens, no matter how crappy my life can be, no matter what life throws at me, I just kind of know that there's people out there in the wings, who, it's like, if they can smell that I'm down, they will not hesitate to think poorly of me for an extended period of time because I'm down. And I know people would say, Erica, those aren't not really your friends. And to, yeah, I agree with you, but it's like, if I have to think about, like, the time that I spent on them versus, like when they're in a bad place, like, I will do more. And then when I'm in a bad place, it's like I feel like I'm just bothering them, I'm being such a burden. And even if I have an issue, it's like, it's not even that big of an issue in my opinion, but if I have an issue, it's like, oh, you're taking time out of my valuable day to bring me down about your issue. Like, that's the kind of vibe I get. And then it just turns into this whole thing where people just like, you feel like it's not okay to have problems, or it's not okay to be depressed or feel gloomy and things like that. And yeah, so anyway, whenever I go through a funk, I've been going through a funk lately. It's just like, you can tell a person what it is, but some people, they will just say, they just tune out, they don't want to hear it, because it's like, okay, yeah, you're telling me about your problem. That's your problem. That's not my problem. That's your problem. You deal with it. Like that. That's the kind of vibe that I get from certain people. And or yeah, it's just like, some people in my life, I can tell, like, if I have a problem, they don't want to hear it. But if I'm in a good mood, they do want it. They want to hear about the positively, but they don't want to hear about the negative things. And I imagine, like, for some of you, you might have people like this in your life too, where you might feel depressed, or you might have an issue, and people cannot be bothered by it. You feel like you're diseased, or you're such a burden for having a bad day. And I shared with you guys, that in the past, when I was working for that insurance company, I was super freaking depressed. Like, I hated my life so much. That was a time where people were telling me to stay with my job, because they said, Erica, if you have a break in your resume, no one's gonna want to hire you. Like, who will want to hire a person who quits their job? You gotta make sure you never have a break in your job resume. And people didn't understand, like, the kind of hell that I was going through. People didn't understand, because, like, that company was just really bad. 40% of the team left in 1 month, but kind of bad. But I remember that when I was trying to communicate to people, like, how I felt, like, people were just so let down. They're like, how could you, how come you can't just handle your job? And I was telling people that, yeah, some of my coworkers, like, I've never had a job where I saw coworkers cry. But yeah, they would cry, they would be all stressed out. I would hear about how, I would see them, like, snap at each other and things like that. So During that time of my life, unsurprisingly, it was not a good period of my life. People were so fixated on telling me to keep that job. I didn't need the money. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I didn't need the money. It's not like if I quit that job, I would have ended up homeless or anything like that. But I think people were just so focused on the idea of me preserving my resume that the idea of me quitting was just seen as a loser mentality. And I lost a lot of people in my life around that time, because it's like, instead of telling me, hey, Erica, you need to prioritize yourself. Yeah, if this job is getting you down, just quit. Quit the job. You're going to get another job. I know this is your first job out of college, Erica, but you need to preserve your mental health. This obviously is getting you down. So if you quit your job and you need someone to, let's say, falsify something about where you worked at, like, like, there are ways you can do that. But yeah, it's like I was such in a bad place mentally, and I like, looking back, it was such a simple thing to do. Like, I wish someone just um just sat me down and said, you have a very finite life, Erica. You need to prioritize your happiness. But only like two people did. And those two people, like, I distinctively remember that, and I hold them to really high regard. But I remember the guy that I was dating at the time, he called me bipolar, because I would go into work. I would have like panic attacks. So, like, basically, like, not panic attacks, but I'd have really high levels of anxiety when I had to go to work. And I one of my coping mechanisms to get in was I would walk to work and I would leave these like long rambling voicemails, because I had to like force myself to get to work. Like, that's how bad my mental health was during that time. Like, I didn't want to walk in, I didn't want to go to work, because I would hear problems after problems after problems. I would have people like yell at me on the phone. And yeah, so I hated going to work. And then when I was outside of work, I was happier if I didn't have to work that day, or if but normally after work, I would be so drained out of energy. It wouldn't be unusual for me to just go home, eat, and go straight to sleep, even at like 7 to 8 p.m. Like, that's how depressed I was. So that experience taught me that you got to be really selective about who you keep in your life, and you got to have you, if you falter like 100%, you got to make sure you get back up, because sometimes depending on how bad your depression is, or depending on how bad your situation is, there's going to be people who will just like lump you, and maybe like the too gone, too lost, too much effort to invest time and energy in, you know, possibly has mental health issues, possibly bipolar, should, just get some prescription drug, and then everything, you'll be a much better person. You'll be much happier, Erica. But yeah, it's like what I was looking for during that time was just a person extending their hand out and saying, hey, that's not how life should be. And but yeah, I also had people during that time tell me how great their job was. And I don't mean it, it's like it would be like they had a really like comfortable job. Like, they didn't have the issues that I had in my workplace, and then they would tell me this, but instead of like telling me like, yeah, you need to quit your job, you got to find something else better, it was just like, oh yeah, Erica, well, yeah, that sucks about your job, but my job, I don't really do much of my job. I just kind of sit around, just talk with my friends all day. Yeah, yeah, but sucks to be you. So anyway, I know I'm veering off track, but I do maintain that if you are in a depressed state of mind, just and you feel like people aren't really there for you, you gotta make sure that you don't stay down for too long, because if you do stay down for too long, that really becomes fuel. And I never want to have that kind of life where people can look at me and say, yeah, she's such a loser. She's not as cool as me, or, she's not as popular as me, or, she's just a waste of breath. And I hate to say it this way, but I know people in my life that I've come across in my life that have this kind of idea about certain human beings, and it disturbs me when I find out this kind of thing. But those people that I find out have that kind of mentality where they think that they're better than other people, whether it be, the items that they own, or the money in their bank account, or, their looks, they live really pretty damn lonely lives. Like, they think that they're really happy, but when you dig down in the surface, they're pretty miserable. So, yeah, I haven't been in the best mood because this has kind of been messing with my head, and I just kind of think, I just kind of think like, man, geez, I lost. It sucks to like, it just kind of sucks to be haunted about when people change, and you thought you really knew them, and then you don't really know them, or you feel like they're, like I said, you feel like they're changing into a person you don't recognize. And yeah, but I don't want to end up as like freaking fish bait of sorts, right? So for certain people, it's like I have to watch what I say around them, because history shows me that if I show too much weakness, then I get interpreted as yeah, just a disappointment. Like, oh, you're depressed? You're still depressed? What's wrong with you? I'm not depressed. I'm always happy. I have so much to live for. My life's amazing. Like, those kind of people. It's just, yeah. So, yeah, let me read this chat. Let me read this thing. So, was this person I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So I do have like certain people who, like, they are so precious, you guys. I never ever want anything to happen to them. It's like the people that it's very telling. Like, if you're in a really bad place, sometimes like the people that you least expect will reach out, and then you realize, like, holy crap, I didn't realize this person was like that in my life. And I just, I 100% like value them, and I think, holy crap, yeah, I didn't realize certain things. So yeah, I do have a few people like that in my life, and I pray that nothing ever bad happens to them, because they are really a rarity. But yeah. Oh, and yeah. So it's just tough. It's tough because like I said, I'm in my 30s, and I noticed that the people that I knew for a really long time, it's diminishing, because I see people change, and it's like the qualities, like I said, the qualities that attracted me to them, the qualities that I thought were so amazing and misunderstood and things like that. It's like they turned into the person like I never thought they would ever turn into. And then they use their better place, or their better mental state, whether it be that they got a job promotion, or whether it be that they got married, and they just kind of use it as like a way to just look down on other people. Like that one person that always tells me how amazing married life is. Like, I know their married life isn't that great. From that's what I've been hearing from people that know them, that speak to them more than I do. And it's just it's a real piece of thing to do, to tell me that kind of stuff. Like, when I'm in a bad place, and just be like, yeah, Erica, married life is awesome. Yeah, I'm, just perfect, that kind of thing. And then when I tell them about like certain things on my mind, or certain things about worries that I have, they're just like, oh yeah, Erica, You choose to be depressed and I choose to be happy, and that's the difference between you and me. And I'm trying to tell them, like, I understand that your life is so freaking amazing because you're married, but here's the thing, I don't believe getting married makes all your problems go away, because when it comes down to it, what matters is that you have, you have a good support system. And I don't think that having a healthy support system means that anybody who is going through any issues in their life, right, is just like, yeah, you choose that. You're a weaker person than me because I choose to be happy every day and you choose to be depressed. Like, I don't choose to feel certain things. It just happens and then I have to cope with it. And I'm fortunate in the sense that, like, I have periods where I do get sad and I do get gloomy, but you guys see me bounce back. It's like, that's the way life is. Life is not always about being happy, happy, happy. And the people who are just constantly seem to be happy. I know some people would say, Erica, you're just being really, mean about it. But those people who are like 24/7 happy, they annoy the beep out of me. Like, I don't feel like, I think that the odds are stacked against them, that they're happy like every single day in their life. Like, they wake up, they're happy, they walk out the door, they're happy. Oh, they forgot something at home, that's okay, because they're always happy. And it's like, those people annoy me, and I think that it's hard for me to kind of, it's yeah, it's one of those things where it just grates my gears. So, yeah, I know they say misery loves company. I know that's the thing, but here's the thing. When the people that I get along with best are the people, it's like, hey, you know what? Sometimes we get depressed, sometimes we're happy, sometimes we're gloomy, but the most important thing is to soldier on, to get through the tough times so we reach another good point in our life, and then just rinse and repeat. And I've always had this mentality in my life that if I see someone in suffering mentally, like, I'll reach out to them, because I think, like, hey, you know what? I've been there. I know how shitty it is to feel like you're all alone, and to feel like you're being a burden in people's life. But the other thing that I realized is, like, that those kind of feelings pass. You're gonna have a better day, and it leaves way more of a lasting impression to me when I see the way some people interact or what people say to me. And it's like, it's just like, yeah, Erica, I don't want to bother with you because you're too much of a mess. You're depressed, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, slurp more. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I find that sometimes when I'm down, it's just like these kind of things, like, it makes me sad to hear certain things, but it also makes me think, when I'm in a better place mentally, and it is going to happen. Like, normally these things only last me a couple days to a week, and then I'm in a much better place. Like, I realize, like, that kind of stuff, that kind of stuff lasts with me. And then, but again, it just sucks to see a change in a person, and then think, like, you might never ever see them again, or they might be alive, but they're sort of like the person that died, and then they became the person that you never thought they would be. And yeah, so I know some people, it's like they would say, like, "Oh, Erica, you're not very street smart about people, or you're just too kind, or you let people push you around, kind of thing." But I have a real weakness when it comes to people who, it's like, I've known for a number of years, and it's like, I think part of me is like, when they reach out to me, I see it as like, oh, this is the person that I knew back in, blah blah blah, and they want to talk to me again. But it's like the character or the feeling that I associate with them, that I thought made them so special and so precious. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It's like, yeah, Yeah, you know what the thing is? I think that, and I say this as a person who has dealt with depression, and, my anxiety is not really there. Before I used to be really have a lot of anxiety, but I guess I'm just feeling very melancholy today, and, I've just been kind of thinking about the people in my life, and that kind of depresses me. I mean, it's not. It's like I just worry about people changing more in my life, and that scares me a little because I. It's like if all like how do I say this? Like I know not everybody in my life is going to change for the worse, but it's just kind of I just kind of think like a lot of these people that I've known for a while, they've suddenly they've changed, and it's like I don't know what it is. I would think like sometimes if you don't talk to a person for a couple months, or it's like you wouldn't expect them to change so much in their character, but it kind of seems like it does, after a prolonged period of time. Like for me, like there are people, like some people I haven't spoken to in about 6 months, but or a year. But when I talk to them, it's like we just pick up where we started. Like nothing changed with that kind of stuff. I wish them well. They wish me well, and yeah. So, but when it's like I know people who it's like I really let into my inner circle, and then they just change for the worse. I kind of wonder what caused it, and I just kind of I just kind of give them up for dead. It sucks, but and it sucks because it's like the next time I talk to them, it's like the words that I hear from their mouth, it it doesn't make me happy because I kind of feel like holy crap, this is more proof that they're changing, and they just yeah, it's yeah, so just depressing. Yeah, I got I got told that I should take prescription drugs, and I flat out rejected it because here's my thinking. You guys hear me stream a lot and everything, and I know myself very well. And I can tell you that I do get gloomy sometimes, but I'm not in a constant state of depression. It's just like life, you just get the ups and the downs, and I don't it's not like I hate my life. It's just like I don't hate my life at all. I'm working on myself for sure. And I just kind of think like this is one of those like sad down days where I kind of like look around and I say, "Man, let me think about the people in my life. Let me think about the people that I see." And it's like sometimes within certain people, I I see people, it's like they just kind of they just try to one up other people. It's like people who are not even that great. It's like they're quick to like talk down about other people or just make it sound like they're a really, they're going to be a big thing, but you look at how they treat other people, it's like, "Oh, for frick's sake." I hope they never become big, because if they treat people like this when they're a nobody, like imagine how they would be if they became like a celebrity, right? And I'm sure you guys know those kind of people. Those people who just they cannot wait to just kick other people down, and just like when fate or when the universe gives them that opportunity to make it big, their ego is gonna be out of control. And yeah, so thankfully some of those people that I know, like the universe hasn't been too kind to them, and I hate to say it this way, I really shouldn't, but sometimes when I hear about people with really big attitude problems and they're going through a tough time in life, or they didn't make their influencer thing, like they thought they were going to be the next talk of the town, and it didn't pan out, I think to myself like, thank God there's something right with the universe. Like I mean, like some of these egos would be out of control. Um, and like if they were, yeah, if they were, if they ended up something like a big Instagram or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see over here. Move out of New York to a warmer state. Yeah, I think it also fucked with my head, to be honest with you, yesterday. So I stayed up about 3 o'clock, 3:30 today. And then I heard some like yelling outside. So I look outside the window, and right across the street from us, it seemed that there were like several people kicking another person on the ground. And this is right across the street from where we live. And I thought, holy crap, oh my goodness. You hear some yelling and things like that. And yeah, I was gone before I could even react to it, but just not good. I'm just kind of like, yeah, I just don't feel safe. Here, and I've shared that with you guys. You guys hear about what's been going on in New York. You guys, there's people getting assaulted. Just I think yesterday, no, I think it was like the day before yesterday. Someone was walking down the street where we live, and then they got robbed for $20 in cash. And it's not unusual to hear about people getting stabbed. It's not unusual to hear about home invasions happening in mid afternoon where we live. It's not unusual to hear about people getting robbed. Yeah, it's just this is not stuff that I don't constantly have to think about my safety. When I'm in Hawaii. I mean, Hawaii I heard is getting more unsafe, but it is nothing compared to New York for sure. Like I have this whole policy, and I've shared it with you guys. Like I don't want to show my knees outside of going outside this apartment at all. So I wear the same freaking thing over and over and over, hoping like nobody pays attention to me or nobody notices me, especially with with the stuff that's been going on with the Asian Americans. But I'm like, oh, for frick's sake, I don't want to get robbed. I don't want to get stabbed. I don't want anything bad happening. And yeah. Anyway. So that's the thing about New York. And I know this sounds very anti move over to New York, but seriously, you guys, if you move to New York, and this is just my personal opinion, you will have to look behind your back. You will have to worry about your safety. You have to be cognizant about how you look like, because people will scope you out. People notice little things, and when you're walking down the street, people will notice. How do you look like? Do you look like you have money? Do you look like you're a target that should be robbed? And it prevents me from really thinking about dressing well outside. Now, it's I'm not gonna lie, like it kind of takes a toll on my mental health a little, because I have clothes in my closet. I wanna work on how I look, but whatever I do, I can't wear it outside because that could be a threat to my safety, right? So, what I do is like I put on this clothes, try it on, work on myself. I feel like I'm getting practice. And then before I leave, I have to take everything off. I have to undo everything, basically, almost everything. And it's just because I don't want anybody eyeing me, let's say in the subway, and say, hey, you look like you got some, you're investing in yourself. Yeah, give me your money or give me your purse, that kind of stuff. And just really laying low is the way to go. So there's a huge disconnect, because like there's a certain way that I want to look, but I don't feel comfortable looking that certain way outside of this apartment. Like walking outside, dressing in a certain way, it's like I no. I look around at other people too, and everybody just kind of lays low. Yeah, so I imagine, and from what I think, is like the people who dress nice, they have their own private car. They're going into their own car. They don't have to worry about taking the subway. They don't have, if they're walking, it's going to maybe be to a short distance. Let's say you work in Manhattan, right? You drive to Manhattan, and then you walk around the office, you walk around the block, really congested or so, and then you go back in your car, and then you go back home. I don't see too many people dress nice around where we live. And if they do dress nice, the first thing that I think is like some of the stuff that I see people wear, like Canada Goose. I think, oh lordy, holy crap, that's a $400 jacket. You sure you want to walk out like that? Like, wow. That's like $400, $800 reasons to rob someone. Like, if I, like, honestly, like, if I was a thief and I saw someone with an $800 jacket or something, I'd say, man, this is the person that I want to rob. Because that is a really quick way to make $800. So, yeah, I never thought about clothing that way before. When I was in Hawaii, like, people would walk around, carry LV bag, no biggie. Um, Walk around in nice heels just to go shopping, no biggie. But here, oh goodness, I always think like, hey, how do I look? Okay, I don't look too bummy, but I don't look like I have nice clothes either. So therefore, I can be kind of invisible. You see? Yeah. So it's not good to kind of have that feeling that, yeah. And then even like yesterday, right? So I go out to buy groceries. I come back and then this guy approaches me and then he asks me if I have any money on me. And he asks me for money so he can, I forgot what he wanted to buy. I think he wanted to buy food or something. And then I just kind of like I look at him and I just think like, okay, Erica, no, I tell him, oh, sorry, I don't have any cash on me, and I just like, I just like go on my way, and I'm carrying my bummy looking bag too, right? So I think like, okay, if anybody asks me for money, at least I can't, it doesn't show off that I bought a lot of things. You guys remember that time I went on the subway. I just came back from diving. So I was returning home from diving and I had like about 52 bags, gummy bears on me. I had like so much stuff on me. And then this guy tried to do a broken bottle scam on me. So when I was like a wide load because I had two big bags on me. Plus I had a bag on my back just full of stuff because I went diving that day. And then he's holding a bottle, a glass bottle in a plastic bag. He's on the stairs, so am I. And I remember I'm walking super slow because I want to make sure I don't bump into this guy, right? Super slow. I mean like slow motion slow. And with the gentlest of taps, I noticed like he had a bottle resting on the tip of his finger, like a plastic bag with a bottle resting on the tip of his finger. My bag brushed against him so gently, very, very gently. I mean, like it was so gently you can't even knock a cup off a table kind of gently. And then the bottle broke with the alcohol inside of it. And I'm freaking out, right? I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And then he basically tells me, buy him. He said, you ruined $35 of alcohol. Go around the bodega and buy me some alcohol. And then I tell him I don't have a card on me. And then he discloses that he knows I went shopping because he's seen all the stuff that I have on me. And that was the first time that I was kind of like a deer in the headlights because I looked around and I thought, I never thought about that. Yeah, I have so much stuff on me. I didn't really think about me being a target, but a scammer like that can say this chick has money on her. And the way he said it is like he knew I had money on me because I had all this stuff on me. So I told him I was a diver and then he shut up and then he kept, he was asking me to buy him the stuff and I told him like flat out like, "Okay, well, show me the alcohol. Tell me what you bought." That's $35 worth, and he couldn't tell me, and he was like cursing under his breath. So then I told him that I would call the cops, not to arrest him or anything, but really get down to the bottom of it. If they wanna file a case against me because I damaged his property, like go right a freaking ahead. But yeah, and then he cursed me out, and he was like, basically called me stupid and saying why I want to call the cops, and then he walked away. So in New York, you got people who are like that. People who will try to prey on people if they think that they have cash on them or if they have like sizable amounts of money on them where they're buying stuff. And that is another reason why I don't like buying too many things when I'm outside. Like if I was walking outside and had like, let's say, a Chanel bag on me, or if a Louis Vuitton shopping bag on me, like 100%, someone will try to target me for something. And it's like in Hawaii, like I walk around with the Apple box, like nobody would give a crap, right? I walk around with the LV bag, maybe people notice it, but people leave me alone. But this is a totally different story in New York. So I've shared with you guys. Like I remember there was a person across the street. I was walking across the street from where we live, and then this person stopped me, and then they told me, they said, "Oh yeah, I noticed you moved." They told me this in 2020, so they said, "Oh, you moved here like last year, yeah?" And I said, "Yeah," and they said, "Oh yeah, I know you have like dogs or something," and I'm like, "What? How the hell?" I was thinking to myself, like, how the hell does this person know I have pets? And then it dawned on me that they probably see me taking out the recyclables, or the cat litter, seeing me have all these like cans that I'm putting in the recycle bin. And people can be pretty freaking observant, and that's kind of creepy. That is really creepy. In Hawaii, like, people might, I don't know, maybe it's just like it throws me off a bit, but yeah, people notice this kind of stuff. So yeah, I know I'm interruption. Yeah. So yeah. No, they wouldn't mug me. I'd probably, I don't know. Maybe my luck, there would be some crazy person who hates Elmo or something. But yeah, it's just not fun. It's just not fun to kind of always be mindful about how I look, what I'm carrying on me. I have to hide my purchases. I always try to have bummy looking bags. And this is not something that I came from Hawaii instantly trying to do. It's rather, I see what happens when I try to just be casual, just be myself. And I find myself like a target of certain things, so I need to reduce that. And yeah, just kind of sucks a little. But anyway, so that is how it is in New York. And again, I'm gonna end this stream because I've been streaming for about 50 minutes. But if you guys know, and this is something that I'm still dealing with, still grappling with, it depresses me to think too much about this. People that have changed so much in my life. But if you know a person who is like this, and it's too difficult for you to cut them out completely from your life, please make sure that you never let off, that you always work on yourself. I mean, I think it's always important to work on yourself. You guys know I'm always doing that myself. But if this person knows that you're going through a really tough time, like a person who likes to kick someone down, they will feed off of it. And then that person, in my opinion, will not respect you, because they're going to say, well, you're going through a tough time, you lost your job. uh yeah, that kind of sucks. But I still have my job. And yeah, you just gotta cheer up. Or they're gonna say like you're being too depressing and things like that, rather than find solutions. And that's what really sticks out to me. Like when I talk to someone, I try to, and I know people don't like hearing it. Like sometimes people will just want to rant to me and they don't want to hear solutions. But I don't like hearing just a person rant and not being able to give solutions, because I think that unless they're coming up with their own solution, or unless they're asking for help to make their situation better, right? These people are going to stay in the same kind of mindset, and they're not going to break out of it. And then that's how depression gets even worse. So for instance, right? Let's say if I was 300 pounds and I was all depressed about how fat I was or something, right? And I was just saying, how insecure I was feeling about my body, and I was just ranting and ranting about that. Unless I do something about it, unless I start exercising or losing weight, or investing in myself more, I'm going to keep continuing to either stay the same weight or gain weight over time. You really don't get any changes unless you break the cycle. And I've been trying to break the cycle about multiple things in my life. It's really been working for me. So although I am gloomy today about this kind of stuff, I don't stay down for long. And I think this is one of the reasons why, like, sometimes when I'm down, it's like I always make sure, like, if someone, I always try to make sure, like, I get back up, because again, I don't want to be fish food. I don't want to be like someone's ego. I don't want to feed someone's ego that they're so much better than me and they're always going to be so much better than me because of this or this or this. Yeah. So, you know what? I don't know what that mindset thing is. I've heard about it, but I didn't actually look it up. But so yeah, what's Chumba Woomba? What is this? What is this? Let me look this up, you guys. Oh, look at this. Where's my thing? Chumba Woomba. Yeah, so here's another thing that I want to share with you guys. Never kick someone when they're down, because karma has a way of turning things around. So if you are getting kicked by someone right now, like you're this guy, and you know, someone that you trusted or something, or someone who you don't really know very well is, you know, trying to make you feel even worse, and it's like they get an ego boost from your situation. Just yeah, just rest assured that things might not work out well for them, and when you become a stronger and better person, then you can use that experience of them kicking you down to make sure you don't do the same thing to another person. Again, I don't respect people who look down upon other people. If they are, you know, if they're just in a bad headspace kind of thing, because everybody goes through issues, right? Even the people who are like, my life is awesome, I wake up feeling awesome and I look perfect, like those kind of people, I find it very hard to believe that 99.9% of their life is very happy. So, and I find those people annoying. Yeah. Again, maybe it's just because I I just yeah, I just find it annoying. You know, it's like those freaking infomercial people, like always happy. I'm like, can you please understand or get a control of people, how people's life and mood goes? But yeah, so I always try to make sure, like, when certain people are certain ways to me, I always try to keep myself in check, and I'm like, okay, I know how this feels like right now. I never want to be that kind of person to another person. You see? So, because if you know how hurtful it feels and you know how shitty it made you feel, why would you want to spread that onto another person? It could be, you know, very, very, it could be very, it could be, you know, very, it could seem like an ego boost, right? Like if I knew someone who was struggling with their weight, who was like 300 pounds, heavily depressed, didn't take a shower, didn't brush their teeth, and they look like shit, I could say, oh yeah, look at so and so, or look at give me a name. Look at Mark. You know, Mark always looks like, you know, Mark is such, you know, Mark has gained all this weight and he looks like crap, and yeah, look at me. I look so much better than Mark, and yeah, Mark is a loser. Like those kind, like there are people who think like that, right? And then instead of trying to help Mark out, let's say, they're going to see Mark is like, yeah, I'm having a shitty day, but Mark looks worse than me. Yeah. Yeah, I hope Mark stays down so I can continue to feel good whenever I pass by Mark, cuz Mark is, you know, Mark looks like a total slob. Like that kind of stuff. If you are a Mark, and there have been times where I've kind of felt like a Mark, like you never ever want to give someone that power to just kind of look at you and then say, yeah, you know, you're a loser, you're never going to be anything, you know, you're a waste, yeah, or you're, you know, it's such a shame, you know, what's happened to you kind of thing, and you just stay at that bottom level. Again, there are people out there, that I've met where they will use certain people as kind of like a bookmark. Like if they're feeling shitty, just look back at this person and just kind of laugh and kick them down, because these people aren't really strong. You know, these people aren't supportive. And I hope that for a person like a Mark, if there is a person who is like a Mark, that a person like Mark says, yeah, maybe there's a bunch of naysayers out there that think I'm fat or think I'm a slob, but you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to start taking a shower every day. I'm going to brush my teeth, prioritize myself. I'm going to start losing weight, and then I'm going to look good. And, depending on how it works, maybe one day I'm going to look better than my bullies, and I'm going to be in a better place than my bullies, and I'm going to help people who have been, bullied about their weight and encourage them to be healthier. Yeah. So I feel like people who just kind of feed on the unhappiness and sadness of others and just kind of use it as ego boosts, I feel that they are kind of scum. Yeah. I shouldn't say that about people, but truly, I think we're placed on this earth to uplift each other and to support and motivate each other, and to just like look down at a person and see them as like a mental note of, yeah, if you're feeling shitty, just look at this person. Yeah, look at this person struggling with their issues. You're better than them. Like that kind of stuff. It's not good. And I think sometimes people do project, right? If a person who, let's say use the Mark example. Let's say if a person is not having good things happen in their life and they come across a person like Mark, it might be very tempting to talk shit about a person like Mark, because they're going to say, well, you know what? That guy looks like such a loser. Haha. Hey friends. Yeah, look at that fat whale over there. Yeah, we're not doing so well in life, but at least we're not like this guy. Yeah, it's so juvenile. It's so juvenile, but it happens a lot. So and I've met some heavy set people back when I was in Hawaii, that their self-esteem got absolutely crushed. Because of things that they heard from people. So whenever I hear about, whenever I come across a person with a weight issue, I never think about like, oh yeah, I'm so much thinner than them, or I'm in better shape than them. I think like, I hope they are healthier. I hope they make healthier choices, because I think everybody should live a long, happy life, and nobody should go through life feeling as if people are just jeering at them, or people are just kind of dismissing them as possibly a waste of air. And it's again, yeah. So, but like I said, I've known people who are heavy, and they have so much anxiety, and they have so much, they don't have confidence in themselves, and yeah, those people, it's like, I hope that, they do the steps that they need to feel more confident. Some people like being heavier set. They like the look, and, if they're okay with it, that's fine. But if someone is heavy set and they feel anxiety and insecurity because they wish they were slimmer, then in my opinion, they have to do something about it. So, yeah. So it's like a different thing. So some people, like I said, some people might make comments about a person's weight, saying that they're too heavy or they're too thin. I used to get comments. Yeah. When I was in that insurance place, like I used to get comments from bigger women, basically saying that I was a stick, or I had nothing at all. And I wasn't, I was just skin and bones. And I'm like, geez Louise. Jeez, like I haven't said shit about them, and then I'm getting all these kind of comments. So please, like, if anybody thinks like, oh, if you're skinny, you're immune to some of these comments, you're really not. Some women can be really catty to one another, and I think it's really such a shame, because women, in my opinion, should not be tearing each other down. Like, you can make criticisms about women, but always try to uplift. If you are tearing down another woman, like, that doesn't make you a stronger woman. That just makes you a total, it starts with a B and ends with a witch. And I remember that kind of stuff. So those women I don't talk to, obviously, because it's like, what good to you? My bad. It's like, what good happens from making those kind of comments about someone's body shape? Like, I can't help the fact that I'm flat chested, like, even if I it's like, all the working out in the world ain't gonna make my boobs bigger. Let's just be honest here. It isn't. So, like, yeah, when some people make certain comments about women's bodies or say like, oh, she's so skinny, they like women being like Beyonce. Look, no, I am not gonna be like Beyonce anytime freaking soon, right? And it's just like, it's so stupid. Everybody is all in different heights and body shapes. Everybody has different nutritional needs and health concerns. Some people have allergies, other people don't have allergies. But at the end of it, we're all living on this planet and we really can't be kicking each other down. We got to be supportive and not just kind of alienate ourselves or trying to make divisions between ourselves, especially with people that we people might think is like in a bad place and just kind of like a weakling or a loser or something like that. Because I find that when people have this kind of mentality, they're just isolating themselves from other people. Like, yeah, okay, great. Great to know that there are people who think that they only want to be around winners and people who make it in life, but there's a lot more people out there than just like winners or yeah. And yeah, so another story that I want to share with you guys is there was a guy that I used to have in my life. He how would I describe him? He was so dead set on putting other people down. He was kind of like, he was okay, let me put it this way. He wasn't rich. He wasn't very good looking. It wasn't like he was a model or anything. He wasn't tall. He was like average height. He was about 5'7" or so. But I will always remember how he looked down upon other people. And it's like he would always uplift himself and put other people down. Now, this guy, it's like I would speak to him and I remember that I was talking to him. And then while I was talking to him, he was telling me about his friend. And he said he told me his friend recently got her boobs done and he couldn't stop staring at them. And I remember thinking like, okay, okay, I understand, big boobs have its appeal and things like that. But and then he told me like I should get plastic surgery and I should get my boobs done, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so freaking insensitive, because like he knew I had zero plans to ever get my boobs done. First of all, you have to get them replaced every 10 years or so. And then it's different because like a guy like that, right? I mean, it's easy to tell a woman, oh, you should get your boobs done, you should get your nose done, you should get your eyes done, you should get this done or that done. But they're not going through it. A woman would have to go through that kind of operation, and I would have to foot my own plastic surgery costs if I wanted to get it done. And it was just like, yeah. So I remember it's like we were talking, and I was always nice to him. I was always polite to him. And then he said something that pissed me off, and then I told him basically that he needs to respect me. I forgot what he was saying. I really forgot what it came down to, but he said, Erica, I don't have to respect you. You have to earn my respect. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, this guy's a total asshole, because I don't know anybody who would speak to me that way. You guys know how I speak to people. It's like, I don't say, I'm not a, let's put it this way. I won't make an asshole comment to people unless they say an asshole comment to me. And even then, I try not to do the whole tit for tat thing. But yeah, so we stopped talking, and then I remember I was talking to some people, and then his name brought up because he wanted to be this influencer in Hawaii, okay? So he would go to the club, he would shake hands with people and say, hey, my name is blah, 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 blah. Nice to meet you, or something like that, right? He would do this to both guys and girls. And so when I ask people about it, go to the clubbing scene or something like that, but like, yeah, I know that guy. That guy's total an asshole, Erica. And I'm like, really? You know him? And they're like, yeah, I remember this guy. He tried to be a big shot to other people, trying to tell people, how superior he is, trying to flex off his Michael Kors watch. I think he had something like a limited edition Michael Kors watch, and he wanted to like show it off to everybody in the club. I'm like, a fucking Michael Kors watch? Really? Really? But so the person that I was speaking to about that, that was an ex of mine at the time, right? And he was telling me, he said, "Yeah, Erica, so I was in the club when he was doing this stuff. And I had a Rolex on underneath my sleeve, and this guy's trying to wave his freaking Michael Kors watch right in my face." Trying to be like, "Look at me, I have a limited edition Michael Kors watch." And I was just like rolling. I was like, "Oh my goodness." I haven't spoken to that guy for like a number of years, and then I hear about this whole, influencer, like, look at me with this expensive watch. But anyway, point being is, a guy like this, a guy like Mr. Michael Kors watch, is easy to kick other people down, look easy to, look below them, think that he has the best watch in the world, which is a Michael Kors watch. And he just made himself look like a fool. And I remember he was telling me, when I knew Michael Kors watch guy, he was telling me about how people didn't respect him. They didn't think of him as a god. It wasn't because he wasn't from Hawaii. He had flown in from, he was originally, I think, from California, if I remember correctly. Yeah, maybe Bay Area, but I might be remembering it wrong. So he said, like, back when he was in high school, people treated him like a god. I mean, I don't know what it is, but they treated him like a god, and then he comes to Hawaii, and then people don't think of him like a god. Maybe it's just because we're not impressed by that kind of stuff. But yeah, he had a pretty freaking lonely life. So I don't really look into him too much, because every time I see him, I'm not gonna lie to him, okay? So I know, because I only have 15 people here, no one's gonna know who I'm talking about. But this is the kind of guy where he smiles. I like, whenever I see his pictures, you guys, he never closes his freaking mouth. Like, he'll do the open smile thing. Here, let me show you this. Look. Uh, let's see. Yeah, see, so his mouth will always be like, you see this guy, How to Have a Beautiful Smile? He'll always smile like that, where his mouth is partially open, like he's having a great time. Now, I don't know if it's a marketing thing. I don't know if it's because it makes it look like you're having, you're in the middle of a laugh or what. But all his pictures just has that freaking shit eating grin. I know it sounds terrible, but it's basically like this, but for all his pictures. See this Cameron Diaz thing? And yeah, it's just like, it just, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, he's still trying, and I'm sure if he's still trying, he's still kicking people below him. And this is one of those people, it's like, I don't wish him well. And again, I do know there are some people in Hawaii that could be listening to this, and they're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about, and call me a haterade and things like that, or, "You wish you were as cool as him, Erica." Okay, yeah, whatever. But yeah, no, yeah, she's possibly laughing, but can you imagine having a picture where your freaking mouth is like this for every single shot? Right? Yeah. No, here, anonymous individual, the point is to make it look like you're cool. Like, I love these people. They're so awesome. Smiling, smiling. So like, all the pictures are like half open mouth and everything. And again, I imagine flying monkeys are going to be going, maybe telling this person if they actually, I wouldn't be surprised if someone from Hawaii knows who I'm talking about. Like, I'm not saying a lot of details, but come on, how many people do you know? How many people do you know that have their mouth open in all pictures online? So yeah, I'm not gonna say their name. I don't want to give them one more person looking at them. And but yeah, it's something like that sticks out to me, where I think, man, this person knows a lot of people, but I don't think they really have too much genuine people, unless they had a radical personality difference. Because when people look, that I don't even, that when people tell me about this kind of reaction to a person, and they've never even known them as long as I knew them, then that kind of tells me, there's a trend here. So again, it's not really about how many people you know, or you have acquaintances. In my opinion, it's better to have quality people, not people who just are fake as hell. And Yeah, and it's like they look like they're the life of the party, but in actuality, they think that they're hot shit and they're gonna be talking shit about anybody else who isn't on their level. On their level. Yeah. Yeah. Oh goodness. Outseeker says he can find the guy. Outseeker's gonna be looking for people in Hawaii who take pictures that never close their mouth. Not too many people. I'm like, yeah, I've come across a lot of people with Instagram. Most people always close their mouth or they have, those like pain looking expressions. But yeah, this person consistently keeps their mouth open, like they're some kind of chatterbox. Like this, every freaking picture like that, and it's just like it's like I get it. They want to capture this moment where they're like always happy, but it looks creepy after a while. Yeah, it just did me, but yeah. So whenever I think about a person who a piece of crap person, I always think about that particular person because that person just always just looked down upon people. Unless you were a big shot or you were an influencer or something, or you are someone that person wants to kiss ass to. Then they'll be on good behavior, right? Because they want that clout, they want that connections, that rubbing the shoulder sort of thing. But for me, yeah, I rather not be on team Big Mouth over here. Yeah, it's just weird. Maybe I should start taking pictures with my mouth open like that. See if anybody catches on. I mean, there's only 13 of you here, so maybe you guys won't recognize it. But nah, I don't want to do it. It just look weird. It'll look weird if I'm the only one with my mouth like wildly open next to a picture. Like, yeah. Yeah, personality definitely matters. The thing is that like looks fade after a while. You guys know I'm on this whole thing about preserving my looks, trying to watch what I eat. I'm gonna work out today and get back on track because I haven't worked out in like 2 weeks, right? But the thing is like I want to live a healthy life because I've always wanted to have that. Like when I think about myself in the future, I want to look good, feel good, but in terms of my personality, I don't really want to change my personality too much. I still intend to be like the same person that I am, just more healthier, and I don't have to feel like crap from eating fast food or something like that. Maybe I don't have to worry about cavities as much if I take care of myself. And yeah, so I think that, personality definitely trumps over looks. You can have great looks, but you can also be very alienating. And then what I see with certain people is like they bank so much on their looks, you guys. So if you have good looks, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but people are, and you guys know this, like people are more receptive of you. People like will treat this woman differently than they would treat. They would treat this woman differently than they would treat like this woman, right? Like you just see a random woman down the street, right? But also like a woman like this looks like she takes care of herself more, and then maybe she'll also age better, and then she'll be healthier. She could possibly live longer. Hopefully she doesn't end up with some kind of like illness like cancer that's been around way too long. But yeah, so my hope is like the person that I see in my head, I'm able to achieve that. And then, yeah, I feel good about myself, but I'm still the same person that I am. I just don't want to live the life where as I'm getting older, I kind of think, oh, I wish I took care of myself more. Or, oh, I wish I had a great body, but I never got around to it. So I'm just going to live in this whole life of regret. Again, I am going to get older. Eventually things are going to start sagging. Unless I really maintain my body for the next 30 something 40 years. Hopefully I don't have any mobility issues, but if it does, that's life. Nobody stays young and youthful forever, but I just want to be healthy and I want to be happy. I want to feel like I'm working towards becoming the person that I envision myself to be in my head, but I don't want to have my head up my ass. I don't want to be that kind of person. It's like I see another person who looks like they haven't taken a shower in a couple of days because of heavy depression and think like, yeah, that person needs to just be happy. Like, I don't want to be the people that, I don't want to be one of those people that just look down upon each other. So, yeah, so for those people who look down upon other people, it's been kind of eye opening because it, like I said, it solidifies like I don't want to be that person in the future at all. I want to actively avoid it. So encouragement is different. If you tell a person who hasn't been taking a shower to take a shower, because they need to take care of themselves or they're starting to smell, that's not looking down upon them. That's trying to push them to be better, to be in a mentally healthy place. And as I've said, you guys, if you guys are depressed, if you guys haven't been taking a shower or brushing your teeth or eating food or drinking water, you guys gotta do that. If you want to get out of depression, 100% you gotta do that. You gotta do these steps, because if you don't, let's say you don't take a shower, you don't brush your teeth, you're going to feel like crap. You're going to look like crap. If your teeth start decaying, then you're going to be like, oh, crap, I really do look like crap because my teeth are falling out or something like that. So you got to really nip those things at the bud and just work against it. Even though, like, when I'm depressed, I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to wallow in depression or just wait for the feelings to go away. I always make sure that I, do the maintenance thing, which is drink water, eat good food, take a shower, brush my teeth, and walk around for a little bit. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, so, 100%, like, life is, in my opinion, life is not just about how a person looks. I want to, like I said, the reason why I'm so focused on my looks and my health is because I want to live a long life. I want to be around for a really long time and be around my loved ones for many years to come and make a difference in this world. It's not going to be a big difference. I'm not going to have my own Wikipedia page or anything like that. But I feel that life is all about the experiences. It's about encouraging others, and it's about making the world a better place. Even if you're not famous, you can always do something small to bring a smile to someone's face. And I want to continue doing that kind of stuff. So I've shared with you guys, like, when I give stuff away, like, I meet up with some people and they're just so happy to get some of this stuff. They're like, oh my goodness, I've been looking for this for a long time, or my dad could use this, or I could use this. And people are just genuinely really happy, and just seeing, like, just doing two things at one time, which is three things actually, because first of all, I got to go out, grab the stuff, then I got to bring it home, and then I rehome it, so I save it from the landfill and it goes off to another person. It's like one of those little things that I think can easily brighten someone's up day. And then I've also been, clearing things up away. So this apartment is not turning into like a storage zone. Things are actually getting out. And yeah, so I just kind of want to continue brightening up the world. As small as that is with dumpster diving and things like that, I do see it make a difference, and I really do believe in reducing waste, and that's why I do it. But I cannot, I can't do certain things wearing certain clothing, so that's another reason why I always look bummy, because if you're going dumpster diving, you really should not be wearing your nice clothes while you're doing this, because you might scratch it against something. You might get something spilled on something. Yeah. Oh yeah, George the plant. Yeah, Georgie. Yeah, he's off to a good home. I picked up another plant, but it looks like it's dying, and the person that I tried to give I gave Georgie to, I tried to unload another plant on them, and they said no, they think it's too far gone. So, yeah, I'm going to try rehab it myself. But if not, whatever. Find one and no. No, that's gonna be like, oh, can you imagine keeping white clean in this day and age? It's crazy. So, yeah. But I wanted to do this stream because I want to share these thoughts with you guys. I know that some of you may be facing something like this where you see people change in your life, and it's heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking to know that if you are in a bad place, then some people might get off on it. They might be like, yeah, this person is down. This is great because I know I know I'm even greater than I thought I was. So let's say this is you, right? And this is a person else, and then that person's like, yeah, this person's such a loser. Look at this person going down. Yeah. I think that if you have fallen down, if you've stumbled on something, if you're depressed, always make sure you get back up, because you don't want to have that bully or that person who's getting some emotional high off of your pain or your suffering to stay there. And then when you're stronger, always make sure you extend a hand to a person who is suffering, because if you don't want to just kind of have this cycle where you see a person suffering and then you become you become the person that you despised. You see? So, yeah. And I like I said, I don't know if those people in my life changed because this was their defense mechanism to protect themselves and think like, yeah, my life isn't shitty. Look at so and so's life. So and so's life is so depressing. Like, but it's not a sign of a strong person to be like that towards other people. You do not make a good difference in the world. You do not make any positive change in the world by kicking people down and not providing them solutions and encourage them to be better. I mean, anybody can go down the street and say, wow, look at that person over there. Wow, that person looks like crap. Man, it sucks to be them. It sucks to be old. Yeah, good thing I'm not that old. Yeah, thank God I don't have wrinkles. Yeah, that person looks terrible. Yeah, like that kind of stuff, like that doesn't achieve any greatness in the world. You just look like a total asshole, and you don't improve yourself by saying like that person looks shitty compared to you. So I don't even like when I see people down the street. I know some people might say like, some people really notice the looks thing. I don't really notice the looks thing at all. Like, I'll notice if a person looks homeless. I'll notice if a person looks kind of crazy. The kind of people that look kind of dazed off or kind of like stranger danger look. But other than that, like, I don't pay attention to people, what they really wear. Yeah, I don't pay attention to some things people wear. However, if I did see anybody who dressed really nicely, that would stick out. But this is New York, so if you dress too nicely, again, you become a target of theft possibly, or a target of getting hit up for cash. So really not smart to do that. Not where we live. So if anybody of you guys get anything from this stream that is a little long-winded, it is 1 hour and 22 minutes. Jeez Louise. Just think that if you're going through a really tough time and if someone's an asshole towards you, think if someone else was in your situation, how would you, if you had the power to be the supportive person or be the asshole, would you want to be the asshole? For me, I never want to be the asshole. So all those people that it haunts me and it breaks my heart to see how they've changed. I know I'm not going to be like them, but again, it just saddens me because I don't like people change for the worse, or what I perceive to be as the worst, and be the person that I never thought they would turn into. Hopefully they change back, but I'm not keeping my hopes up, because it is easier, again, to look down at a person and get a high off of someone's shortfall, or their temporary fall, rather than say, hey, that person has a potential to rise up again. And some people, when some people do make positive changes in their life, I also notice that you have some people banking that these people will fail, because maybe these people don't really have, they don't have the strength to really go after certain things. So for instance, right, let's say, a person who's 200 pounds, they lose 10 pounds, they're struggling, right? And then they lose another 10 pounds. There are going to be people out there in the woodwork saying, man, just wait. she's not going to be able to lose 50 pounds. She isn't. She's going to gain that weight back up because she's always freaking fat. She's not going to do it. And then, instead of being happy for a person hitting their 50-pound loss milestone, these people are going to be like, yeah, she's going to balloon up. She's going to get fat again. Yeah, just, I'm not happy about it. I know this is going to happen inevitably. And those people who are the naysayers and waiting for someone to fail, gotta watch out for that. And I recognize that those people exist. So those people can either serve as fear that you're going to fail, or they can serve as fear to, keep moving forward, because know that there's someone thinking about you failing. Whether it be weight, whether it be, an exam, or some endeavor that you're doing, like learning how to be a better cook, or, getting into, I don't know, getting into driving, for instance, right? Yep. Ah, yeah, I'm glad. What looks like GME with roots on? Wait, hold up. Let me look at GME stock. Oh man, GME's at 115. I'm still waiting. You guys, it gotta go to like $1,000. I'm waiting. No, I'm just kidding with you guys. I'm not imagining they're going to $1,000. But like, let's look at Tesla. I know the stock market is not doing so good. Tesla, I think, was under 700. Did it go up? Oh, frick, 665. Ah. I was actually thinking about buying Tesla stock yesterday when I saw it around 710. And then I thought, oh, let me wait until it hits back to 680 something. Now it's 665. Wow. Wow. So we are back around December. I don't know. I feel like this is the bottom, but I could be wrong. It could retract all the way. Oh, I hope it doesn't retract. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not gonna catch this freaking knife right now. I don't know what's causing the stock market to go down. Why is stock market down today? What happened? Tech stock sell-off is job. Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin surges. Damn you, Bitcoin. I need you to go lower. I didn't capitalize on Bitcoin when it went, Dang it! Bitcoin recovered! I wanted to get Bitcoin when it was at 43,000 or so. Oh, I hope Bitcoin goes down, because I don't want to buy Bitcoin at 52,000 or something. I want it to go back down like 45,000 or 38 or whatever, 42, 43,000. Yeah, so hopefully it goes down like 5K or 6K or so. In case you guys are not familiar, I have a weekly buy amount for Bitcoin every single week that I'm going to be moving out forward. Probably for the next year or two, see what happens. I do believe Bitcoin is going to hit 75K this year. But there's also people who say Bitcoin is going to hit like 100,000, $500,000 a coin, $1 million a coin, whatever that price happens, I want a little piece of it. So maybe my little investment doubles in price one day. Maybe it doesn't. We will see. But whatever it is, if Bitcoin gets up to $1 million, I can say, hey, I have a little bit of Bitcoin. I don't wanna be No, I want the price to go down. I want the price of Bitcoin to go down, because I don't want to buy it at a high. I don't want to get the price at 58K. So if it goes down to like 35K or so, or 20K, 25K, I'd be very happy about it. I'd be like, good, I'm averaging lower. I can buy the dip, but I cannot buy the dip right now really too much if it's at 52K. So yeah, I don't mind about it going down to like 35K and then it going back up to 58K, but just allow me to buy it at 35K. That's what I'm trying to get at. What about, no, I think, no, Bitcoin's going to recover. You just got to hold, hodl, don't sell, just hodl. Just let me get in at a cheaper price. That's what I'm asking. Like, I swear, if I have to get into Bitcoin when my Bitcoin conversion gets in at, I don't know, I think it's going to come in like a few days, but I swear, Bitcoin's at 58K when I buy and then it retracts down to 52K, I'm going to be pissed. No, you know what? No, I want to be able to go back down so I can get in at a cheaper price and then it can go to the moon, okay? But I just don't want it to, I just don't want it to go up and then it takes like a 20% down and then I buy into it. I mean, I buy it at the high and then it goes down 20% and then it kind of it kind of, stays around that seesaw straight, Apple kind of, not Apple, Amazon stock sideways for the next period of time. Yeah. One Tesla, one Bitcoin. I know, Outseeker's just messing with me. Just messing with me. So, yeah. So, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys this. So, you remember that wool coat that I was telling you guys about that I wanted to get? Let me show you this. So, I wanted to get a wool coat that looked like this-ish. Like this. Remember this? I told you guys I wanted to get a wool coat with like the nice collar. Well, I found out that someone in one of my local free groups is getting rid of a wool coat, which is my size. And I was like, ah! So I looked up the wool coat. It's about a $200 wool coat. It is my size. I don't know if it's going to be too short or too long on the arms. However, I hope it works out. This would be my first wool coat. They also said that some of the buttons fell off, but I'm not too worried about it because I can just buy replacement buttons. You know these big buttons on the side? Yeah, I don't mind replacing all of these big gray buttons and just buying them. But excited to have a wool coat. I want to see if it looks good on me. I did not want to pay $200 for it, and they said that this was their favorite wool coat for a number of years. I don't know why they're getting rid of it. They say it's like the button issue, or maybe they're just cleaning out their closet. But if I don't have a use for it, 100%, I'm going to be moving it forward and someone else can take the wool coat for free. I just want to see how I look like with the wool coat. It does have a collar. It has a collar, so it looks basically like, it basically looks like something like this, but it has a belt on it. See that? But yeah, it has a collar. I don't know if the collar looks exactly like this because the image I saw wasn't too clean. But yeah, I've always wanted a coat like this. See how it has this like cool popping collar? Oh, I think it looks so cool. So cool. So yeah, but I don't see myself shopping for the perfect wool coat. I mean, I have like 4 coats in my closet. I got, let's see, one long down one that you see me wearing like 99% of the time, and then I have a shorter one, and then I have a fur coat that I've only worn once, and yeah, I got to repair that fur coat still. Yeah, I haven't repaired it yet. So just little things that I keep in the back of my mind. Yeah. See this? Like, I think having a coat like this would be so cool. You know, this open coat with the turtleneck and then the black pants with the black boots. And I was thinking about you guys look at this. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Chelsea boots for men. But I also like Chelsea boots for myself. I actually do own a pair. But it is a rain boots instead. I was thinking about wearing some Chelsea boots and walking around. So I showed it to, see, like this. Look at the price of these shoes. These shoes are like, yeah, these shoes are like $168. See these? Okay, I'm not a big fan of the heel too much, but they do have women's Chelsea boots. See? Oh, like this. See? So I have my Chelsea boot that I love so much, and then I can wear them with skinny jeans or skinny leggings and just feel so awesome in my boots and my blazer or my coat and a turtleneck, and it would look just so cool. And maybe I'll come across a really cool looking dress shirt so I could wear it myself. I know it sounds like I want to be a guy, but that's not it. I really like Chelsea boots a lot. Yeah, I'm not planning to wear some. I don't want to slip and slide, so something like this with a shorter heel I think would be much better for me. See how nice and short that is? I don't like I like having like a pointy toe. I don't like rounded toe, but Yeah, so you guys also know, so yeah, they have like all sorts of things. I think these are all the same shoe. I don't like rounded toe like this though. I like it nice and pointy. But I don't know, like, is it practical for me to, think about walking in the rain in some of like a leather shoe? I don't know. So if you guys know Shawn Mendes' shoe, I know. But you know what? I love the pointy of it. I like how the boots have this nice, see how it has this nice like elongated point to it. Let me find this out. I don't know if this is gonna, but see how nice this point looks right here. It just looks so much more refined. Like, this is not really a shoe you should be wearing when you're diving. I mean, this is the men's shoes, by the way, but you see how it has all these like little details. So versus that shape versus this shape, this is more of a rounder one. I kind of rather have like a pointy one, but I don't know about the maintenance of this thing. I'm afraid like if I scuff it, like I know I would have to maintain it and moisturize it and put shoe polish on it and worry about rain on it. Yeah. So footwear. I also don't know how comfortable these boots are. Like, they look nice, but I've never worn leather boots in a really long time. Now, I haven't worn a leather Chelsea. I've seen some women wear these kind of like knee-high boots, and those are really attractive as well. But like, look at the prices of these boots, you guys. Like, 348. This is not something I would find if I'm diving, 100%. But I'm keeping this in mind. Like, okay, Erica. Is there a Chelsea boot here? Yeah, see, we're getting shorter. We're getting shorter. I want to get something with a nice toe box. I don't like this buckle stuff. I really don't like buckles. Yeah, so see this like moto short? You see how it's kind of like pointed upwards? I kind of like that. I like the pointed upwards look. I notice like shoes pretty often, but very rarely do I see people with really nice shoes. Let's find some nice shoe here. The Billy inside zip. No, that doesn't look too bad. I think it's brown though. Ooh. Oh! See, I think this would look weird on me. Like, because I also have to think about what matches my own style. But I do like Chelsea boots. Yeah, see the toe box? See how nice and long it looks? It doesn't look so round. I kind of like that look. It has a very sexy shape when you walk. Okay, I'm not a big fan of this shoe too much. But yeah, it's more like it's nice and pointy. Too pointy. Ooh, this one looks good. But will it match my style? I don't know. I don't think so. But like, look at that. Look at that side profile. I don't think it's gonna match my body very well. I'm kind of short and stumpy looking, being honest over here. But that's a nice looking shoe. But it's $300. I would really have to try on all these shoes. I kind of like this shoe more. Because I don't think this Western look would look very good on me. Yeah, see this one, this Ella Moto Chelsea. I don't like the rounded toe. So if you look at like the difference between the Sacha stud and the Moto Chelsea, it's like the rounded toe thing just kind of irks me a little. But again, I've never tried on these shoes, so I don't know how comfortable they feel. Ooh, the Melissa Chelsea looks cute. Yeah. How does it? You have okay. You know what? You cannot have wide feet. So my feet are pretty. My feet are narrow. But the problem with my feet is that although my feet seem like they would fit into this well, the calves don't fit me well for a lot of these shoes. So if I have like a tall boot, the calf is just way too big for my skinny little calves. So I can't wear a lot of knee high boots. I would love to wear knee high boots, but I haven't come across any that I really, really liked. And like I said, I also have to think about how much can I walk in these shoes too, because I've never tried on these shoes. Look at these combat boots, jeez. Yeah, I don't think they don't have a store. I think this is all online only, which kind of sucks. But I could be wrong. Steel toe work boots, those are so expensive. I can't get those shoes. I mean, they're not expensive. They're heavy as hell. Like I don't want to have like a weight on my foot. And they're not pointy. They're round they're very, very round. So I don't want that. So yeah, having something pointy. See pointy? I always look at the side profile of a shoe. It just looks so good. But I gotta see how my foot looks like in that. See, this one looks even better. I like the point of this one much better. Where is this one? See? I don't know. This black one looks more sexy. Yeah, I don't know. There's something very sexy about the shoe. So you guys have seen me talk about this shoe a lot. I'm like, nah, this looks like a great looking shoe. You make sure it's like always polished and it looks cool, and you have like some nice skinny jeans. It looks so cool. But $298, and I gotta see how it looks like on my little foot. Ah, it's cool though. It is cool. It is cool. Yeah. Let's look at the reviews. People really love it. They said it's classy. So these kind of shoes, like whatever shoes I buy, I want them to last for a really long time for a boot. I know leather shoes, you can get them, you can bring them to a cobbler, you can get them resold, and that's my intention with some of these shoes. But I don't know how this shoe fits on me, and for $298, they're kind of up there. I have to be mindful about me banging my foot around a certain area, and maybe I'll end up with scuffs galore, but I can just always polish that thing out, right? But they look so cool. That's a really nice, like, yeah, I like the shoe bed of it. See how it's this nice, like, curve upwards? So cool. I know, premium shoe for dumpster divers. Oh yeah, pointy Italian shoes. Oh, I love pointy Italian shoes. Oh, they look so great. I love pointy shoes, both on men and women. They look great. They look fantastic. The great thing about having pointy shoes is this. If you have pointy shoes and you got wide feet, the pointy shoe makes your feet look more classy. It makes it look more like chic looking. Versus if you got like the round toe bed, it looks cheap as hell. So let me give you guys a see like this shoe. See this shoe bed over here, this Melissa one over here, this orangey one. It like it doesn't look as refined as the other shoes. So if you, I mean, like you put the same amount of work putting your foot into a round shoe versus a pointy shoe. We're just gonna look at this one. Come on, Internet. Yeah, see that? See the pointy shoe? I mean, see the round shoe? It like it takes the same amount of work putting your foot in. It just looks cheap. It makes your foot look very bubbleless. So, I don't know how you say it. Like it makes your foot look very round. Like I can tell usually like what is an expensive shoe versus a cheaper shoe based on the width of the toes. So you see how the foot on the side profile looks very round. Cheaper shoes typically have that look. The more expensive ones have the nice pointy refined. And that's why I like sticking with the pointy refined. Like it just looks more sleeker, it looks cooler. You want to dress it up, you can dress it up. You want to dress it down, you can dress it up. And this is I would dress it down. So it's one of those pieces that I think adds an element of refinedness to your outfit, and that's the importance of having a really nice boot. I'm a big fan of boots for men as well. You guys know this very, very, very well. I think I've showed you guys like Shawn Mendes's boot because I'm like, this is really a great boot. This is really a great shape, and very rarely do I find a boot that I think the toe bed just has this nice like beautiful, beautiful shape. And I think a lot of guys' foot would look good on there, provided the foot can, I mean, the shoe can fit their foot. Because some people have really wide feet. So I don't know if this will be, if I got something like the Sacha Chelsea, for instance, or the Melissa, if it would be too wide for my skinny little feet. But it's so nice. Oh, it's made out of soft, full grain Italian leather. Ooh. I swear if Clinton or Oriole scratch my shoe, oh, I'm going to be so mad. That's a pretty shoe. You know what? I would suggest to you guys, like, check out, like, an expensive shoe store. Check out something like Neiman Marcus or Bloomingdale's. Bloomingdale's is a lot more accessible. Nordstrom. Go in there and try on some boots. You know, put on your best jeans or your best slacks or whatever you normally wear, and then go and try on some boots or try on some shoes, and you're gonna look at your feet and be like, damn, my feet look good. I have seen I dated this one guy, and I got him into boots, and I found him like the perfect shoe, the perfect pointy shoe. It was gorgeous. His feet looked amazing, but the problem is this: he wore them with freaking athletic socks, and it was white athletic socks. So I told him, I said, how come you're not wearing them with dress socks, right? Why don't you wear with some dark dress socks? If we're wearing a dark shoe, please wear some dark dress socks. And but he was telling me like, oh, Erica, I don't want to put on dress socks. And I repeated to him, it takes as much effort to put on a dress sock than it does with a freaking athletic sock. Just wear the athletic sock. I mean, just wear the dress sock. So whenever I would see him, he would wear the shoes, right? I would lift up his jeans. And then I would lift up his jeans and I'd see these white athletic socks, and I tell him flat out, like, he's not Michael Jackson. Don't wear these white athletic socks because it looks ridiculous. And I don't know, maybe I'm just being controlling or what, but I told him, I said, you're not doing yourself any favor putting the white athletic sock with the nice dress shoes. Yeah, and I see too many guys doing that little faux pas thing, and whenever I look at a guy, if he's wearing dress socks, it stands out, because I'm thinking like, man, that guy has the dress shoes, and he also put on the dress socks. Dang, that guy got his look together. So, yeah, but too many guys wear athletic socks with their dress shoes, and yeah, way too many guys than I can talk about, so I don't know what it is. I don't know what the apprehension toward dress socks is. I don't wear dress socks, so. But like, look, you could wear a dress sock instead. You could wear one of these. Look, they're black, and then you could just wear them with your black or gray, or you can wear them with your dress shoes, and it looks a lot sleeker rather than just being all like Oh God! Oh my God! Here we go! See, this triggers me, you guys. This triggers me hard. I don't get more triggered than this. Actually, no, I take that back. But you see this, like, whenever I see this, I always think to myself, like, does this guy think he's Michael Jackson? Because he ain't Michael Jackson. I mean, he can. This looks weird. This looks so terrible. So terrible. See, pet peeves in the shoe industry? Yeah, I agree. Oh, gosh. So, yeah, if a guy wants to change it up, please wear dress socks. You can even wear these, like, weird looking ones. Or the striped ones. I personally am a fan of just black on black. That's just me, you know. Just keeping it real. I'm not really a big fan, or like you can go brown over here like this guy does, but like keep the color scheme kind of similar. I'll say like this guy is kind of keeping it similar. Uh, Blue pants, blue socks. I don't know how I feel about the red, but yeah, just like yeah, keep it kind of similar. You know, I don't know how I feel about like these. I think they're loafers. I think that's what you call them, loafers. These ones, those little slip-on ones. I don't know. Part of me kind of likes them, but part of me doesn't kind of like them because I always think like if a guy isn't wearing socks with his loafers, I imagine his feet smell. And I say this as a woman because like if I go barefoot without any sock or something, my shoes smell. Yeah, my shoes. I do actually have like kind of stinky feet. I can admit that to you guys. So I'm not a big fan of seeing loafers on a guy too much unless maybe he's wearing like a thin sock. But it's all about, it's all about seeing the little fine details. If you know a guy's wearing a low rise sock with his loafers, I think it looks good. But not too many guys can pull off the loafers. Yeah. Some guys can, some guys can't. It all depends on the look. Yeah, oh, and the other pet peeve, I don't like it when guys don't wear socks at all. Oh my gosh, I hate it when guys wear sneakers and they don't put any sock. Like it's just terrible. I'm like, "What? How come you don't have socks? How come you don't have sock? You need to buy sock." Yeah. No, no, some guys don't wear socks with their shoes. They just have it as slip-ons. And then you find out you're like, "Ah!" It's like the color drains from my face kind of thing. No. No. So yeah, anyway, if you guys want to have up your shoe game, and I'm a big fan of upping the shoe game, make sure I'm a big fan of boots. I'm a big fan of the boots with the jeans. Oh, look at these beautiful, beautiful shoes being shown over here. And yeah, something like this looks pretty cool. You don't have to go with the Chelsea boot, even though I'm clearly on Team Chelsea boot over here. You can see these look cool. Look at that. Look at that. Is that some steel toe Chelsea boot over here? Crap. Hold on. Crap. Hold on. Asus. Wow, look at that. It's a steel toe. Someone told me to get some steel toe boots. What do you think of this, huh? Person who told me to get steel toe boots? Now, that kind of looks like point shoes. That looks weird. Yeah, never mind. This looks weird. Yeah, it looks weird. Don't spend your 59 bucks on this thing. But, yeah, you can't go wrong with, like, a shoe like this. Wait. Oh, here we go. See? So this guy, hold up a second. Look at this guy. This guy has the dress shirt on, plus the collared, plus the black jeans, plus the Chelsea boot. I'm not feeling the blue too much, but the blue does match with his shirt. Technically for me, and this is just me being a little nitpicky, if any of you guys are, trying to go, trying to attract a person, I think that guys look best with long sleeves with it rolled up. Uh, and then you add on the skinny jeans. I don't like ripped jeans on the knees, but if you go with like a black jean with the Chelsea boot, black on black on black, that looks really nice. If I had a kid, I would totally dress my kid up like that. Like, yeah, my kid would have cool shoes. Really cool shoes. Oreo, Oreo. Okay, see, yeah, this guy has, I think the print looks a little too big for his body. He should roll up his sleeves a little bit more, in my opinion. But you can see he has the black boot with the jeans, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of that plaid. I think it is eating him a little. Let's find something. Oreo, I swear, it sounds like you haven't eaten all day, and I just fed you. Yeah, I don't like that one. It's a little too... It's fine, Man, look at this guy. He has his jacket. He popped his collar, and then he has the black jeans with the shoes that match his jacket. Pretty cool. I'm trying to find a picture of a guy with his rolled up sleeve so I can show it to you guys. But I can't seem to find one. You know, like rolled up to the... Okay, kind of like this. You see, kind of like this. So you got the boots, you got the jeans, you got the shirt that's kind of rolled up. It should be a little higher. I think it's kind of henny or something. I forgot what you call it. And then you got the watch. And then you got that silver bracelet thing that I've been mentioning to you guys about. Like, this is a good look. This is a really good look for men, in my opinion. Boots, jeans, watch, color. This color, this peachy off pink color, I think looks really, I don't want to say exquisite on guys, but it looks very cool. Like, this isn't like one of those, like, common colors, but I think it looks a little bit more refined. So I'm a big fan of this color. It's like a pinky brown color, peachy brown, tannish pink. Yeah. And let's find. Can I find the guy? Oh, here we go. This is what I was talking about. So his shirt looks a little baggy. I think the shirt looks a little baggy. I think it looks a little too wide on him. But you can see how the shirt is, folded up right underneath the elbows. And then he got the boots going on. And then he got the jeans. And I kind of think he should tuck in his shirt and wear a belt with it. But, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty chill. And then he got the bracelet going on over there. So watch, boots, jeans, dress shirt, rolled up to the elbows. Good look. Pretty simple stuff. I think tuck looks a lot better. I think tuck looks a lot better for guys. It looks a lot more polished. And then you add that with a square buckle. That looks good. Oh, look at this guy. Look, he has his Chelsea boot on. Oh, look at this. Oh, I love these jackets. Oh my gosh, look at that jacket. Look at that wool jacket. Dang, that looks cool. See that? So I want to find a jacket for myself that has that really cool looking pop collar. Like, those collars, they stand out. Like, I see so many guys with just regular jackets. If you have, like, a collar that looks like that and it looks really sharp on you, man, you're gonna, like, knock it out of the ballpark. For your own self-ego, too. For your own self-esteem. Okay, so, yeah, look, we got the boots. I don't know how I'm feeling about this pose, but you can see he has the belt that matches the boots, and then he got the skinny jeans, and then he got the shirt that's tucked in. So, that's a good look. But then also something like this looks pretty cool too. You see how his boot has this round toe? I'm not a fan of the round toe. I will always go for more of a pointed toe. I think when I see his toe like this, it looks like it's more, it makes the foot look really wide. So I'm not a fan of this look. What new guy? I already have a new guy. Come over here, Tup Tup. Come here. Oh, my little handsome guy. I have a handsome guy with me right now. Mwah. He's too handsome. Unfortunately, he's single. I don't know how come he's single, but Oreo Cat is single right now. So let's find some clue. I don't like those shoes. Is this one better? Yeah, so this guy's style is not bad. You can see his boots match with his shirt. I'm actually a big fan of having the boots being the same color as the pants. So if you're wearing black pants, wear black Chelsea boots. Or you can go dark brown too, but I think black on black looks really cool. Let's find it. Can I find a black on black? Oh, I don't think I can find a black on black Chelsea boot. Okay, whoa, a second. Some of these shots are looking a little suspicious now. Okay, black jeans, black boots. Okay, let's say black jeans, black boots. Yeah, so look at this. See, it looks pretty cool. Like, I think these are Doc Martens, but I could be remembering it wrong. Like, the black on black, black jeans, black boots is a cool combo. Okay, here we go. See, black on black. Remember how I was telling you guys about the wool jacket? You know, the collar? Like, man, look at those black leather shoes with the black skinny jeans with the black wool coat. That looks cool. That looks really cool. So I like the whole same color thing. And then over here too, see? Okay, I wish he had black boots on instead. But yeah, black jeans, black boots is a really good combo. In my opinion. Black jeans, black boots. I think the toe looks a little rounded, but maybe it's just the angle. Let's find more. Yeah, black jeans, black boots. I'm not liking that denim jacket. That looks kind of wonky. But you guys get what I'm saying. What is this? Yeah, so these, yeah. Anyway. So while I'm going down the whole slippery slope of black jeans, oh, Oreo Cat. I know. Yeah, Lewis would not catch himself on this. See this? Oh, see, this is a cool look. See, you got the gray jacket, right? The gray sweater, with the pointy shoes, with the black jeans, with the watch. That looks cool. That looks like a cool outfit. I just wish it wasn't ripped jeans. I'm not a big fan of ripped jeans. But yeah, I like that color scheme. So you just kind of stick with the same kind of color schemes, get inspiration from what you see from other people, or just like listen in. But I would say get like a top quality leather shoe, and that looks good on your feet, because some boots won't look good on the feet, right? And then add this with some jeans, and then you're really good. Yeah, so jeans, black boots, and some cool looking sweater thing with a watch. Yeah, you are going to be set. Oh, no. I have Oreo Cat over here. He is putting up quite a little cuddle fight. You want to say hello, Oreo? Huh? Too handsome. I have Oreo Cat on my lap right now. Let's find this. Okay, see this guy? So he has black shoe with black shirt with, I think that's a cool guy. You can kind of make it really straightforward. if you wanted to. But, you know, it's all about the fit. It's all about the fit. Like, if it doesn't look good on you, and if it doesn't look sleek on you, then it's just not gonna work. So, yeah. Matching shirt, matching jeans. I would also recommend having wear a belt. Make sure you wear a belt that matches, in my opinion, with your I always just think stick with a black belt. Black belt with silver buckle square. Let me find. Can I find a guy with a buckle? Let's see here. Oh, and then go for these cool looking... Okay, I'm not a big fan of the polka dots. But a cool looking shirt. I mean, a cool looking pattern shirt would be super cool. Yeah, so this guy, you see, he's wearing a... I don't think you guys can see it, but he's wearing a black belt underneath there. So... let's find a picture of a guy with a belt on. Oh, Kit Harington! Yeah! Jon Snow! See? So he's wearing a belt. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of rolling up the boots like this. I mean, the jean cuff, because I think it makes the leg look shorter. I mean, I don't know how tall Kit Harington is, but you gotta admit, he looks shorter with the rolled up cuffs for sure. So if you're shorter, don't roll up the cuffs. I mean, I try not to roll up the cuffs because I'm only 5'4" and I want to look longer. But see, something like this, you see how the shoe is like the same color with the jeans? Oh, you guys can't see it. But the shoe is the same color with the jeans. It makes your leg look longer when it's matchy. Like this, see, matchy. You're going to look taller. For sure. I've been watching some men's style videos, and I've been getting tips about how to dress or how to look taller for guys, and I've been kind of thinking about incorporating that for myself. Okay, here we go. So yeah, black on black. Oh. Yeah, see, black boots, black skinny pants. I would not recommend wearing a shirt this low, but then he got the wool blazer on. See how cool that looks? Yeah, the guy got to button up his shirt. He's, yeah. This guy, the shirt's a little too low here. Yeah. So anyway, I gotta get going. So I'm gonna talk to you guys later. I can read what Derek read. Only moderators can read it, not everybody else. But yeah, I hope my stream was insightful to you guys. This was a longer stream. I know it was freaking 2 hours, 8 minutes. So I'm gonna end up cutting the stream. But I think this is gonna be my only video for today. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, you guys take care.